What is up, y'all? Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Wanted to make this video. I finally got my first payout ever with prop firms. I've taken many challenges, passed some, never made it to payout, failed some, things like that, but I finally got my first payout. I went over it in my last video if you haven't seen it already, but I basically, with Cortana funding, there's a $100 withdrawal limit. So once you get over $100, or you have to have at least $100 minimum, not limit, minimum, excuse me, to withdraw. And the first payout is only 50% profit split. So for the first payout, as soon as I got over $100, it's like 103 bucks, something like that. I just went ahead and stopped there. Once I hit the minimum trading days, then I just requested the withdrawal. I didn't want to try and run up the account and then not be able to make the withdrawal, so I just wanted to withdraw. They were going to take half of it anyways, so I withdrew half. I have a screenshot here. If you follow me on any of my social medias, you already saw this earlier this week. But as you can see, hopefully this shows up. Hopefully you're able to see it, but you can see it was like 53 bucks, pretty much $52.9 into my crypto wallet. So payment processing was super simple, really easy to make the withdrawal. So very satisfied with how Cortana has been so far. And then once I got that payout, my account was reset. So it's back at 100K, which is my starting balance. And then I went ahead and traded it this week. Only saw one trade this week. And I'm going to go over that trade on Euro GBP. But I want to go ahead and show you that I am up 203 on the account so far. So I have met the minimum withdrawal limit of $100. So technically I could just wait the trading days out and I could withdraw the rest of it now, or withdraw the 200. And this one's going to be a 70% profit split. But I'm going to actually trade this one now that I got the first profit split and I know that they actually do pay out. With all the stuff with prop firms going down recently and some prop firms not paying people out, all that sort of thing. I just wanted to make sure that I'm actually going to get for sure paid out on this if I do run up the account. So now that I got the first payout, secured it, everything went smoothly. Now I'm going to actually trade this account and try and get, $1,000, $2,000 withdrawal, a payout. So, and that's only 1 or 2% of the account. So if I make $1,000 profit on the account, that's $700 withdrawal, and so on and so forth, because it's a 70% profit split, which is much better than 50. And then the next one's 80, and then 90, and then 100, I believe. That's how it goes. So 70 and above, pretty good. That is going to make me, willing to actually put more time into it and take these trades to try and get a good 1-2% payout, which I'll be super happy with. But yeah, also, if you guys, I usually wait to the end of the video, but if you guys made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment withdraw if you are still watching. I'm just curious of how you guys are paying attention, and then also if you guys make it like deep into the video. And I know this is kind of midway through because I'm going to go over this Euro GBP trade. But yeah, would really appreciate that, just so I know you guys are watching and paying attention. So appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get into the charts to show you guys my one trade I took this week. I don't know, this week, not a lot of setups were happening. Supply and demand was not really it this week. A lot of zones were invalidated, things like that. I saw a few trades on like NASDAQ and stuff like that, but I went ahead and took this higher time frame trade. This was like 1 hour, 4 hour time frame analysis. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all, we are on the charts. This, again, like I said, this is a higher time frame trade, not my usual 5-minute or 15-minute demand setup or supply and demand trading, but it was a demand setup nonetheless. But it was on the 4-hour time frame on GBP, or Euro GBP, excuse me. So we have Euro GBP in this downtrend. As you can see, this is like big picture over multiple days and weeks, right? This is the 4-hour time frame. So we have major connections here on this trend line. If I zoom out a little bit more, you can kind of see a little bit better. We have a major trend line, or AOI, area of interest trend line, coming down there. and we had price consolidating for many days. This is from January 24th or January 30th to, all the way to pretty much February 12th. So like a week and a half, 2 weeks of consolidation there, pretty much just trading in this zone, and then it breaks below and immediately shoots up. And this is what I'm watching for, right? This is somewhat of it is supply and demand, and also kind of just a discretionary trade, which means that it's like me identifying what I see in the market and trusting my analysis and taking the trade, right? Which is something that you develop over time as you have more time in the markets. I don't often trade Euro GBP or any, off-brand pairs like this. I mainly just trade EU, GU, and AU and NASDAQ. But sometimes I'll look at other pairs if the pairs I usually trade aren't doing anything that week, which this week I didn't see much for setups at all. So we had this supply zone here. We had a huge bullish impulse, and it created a demand zone and broke above this supply zone, broke above this supply zone as well. And so that keyed me into looking at this demand setup for a possible buy. Whenever it wicked over this strong resistance right here, it wicked over, it came back down, and it tapped into this demand zone perfectly, ended up coming back up, and I took it on the break of this first bearish candle. I didn't want to take it on the break of this bearish candle. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Of this bearish candle, because I thought that it could have just consolidated and continued to move down and break through the zone. But since no candles closed in the zone and then it broke this bearish candle, that's when I got in. And I just took this up to this higher demand zone right here, or supply zone, excuse me. Let's see, this is in the way. Here we go. There's a supply zone here, which is basically where I TP'd at. Because I had it in my head, also there's the 4-hour 200 moving average right here. So I thought there's a good chance we're going to see rejections here and then continue to the downside. If it doesn't break through up even higher. So went ahead and took this trade, boom, at the break of this candle, only like a 10 pip stop loss, 22 pip TP, and it flew straight to TP. So for me, it was a simple read. You guys might be like, why would you take that trade? It doesn't look right to me, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with my analysis or anything like that, but I'm just telling you guys what I saw. Also, if we go to the daily, look at this daily bullish engulfing candle. And then the next one did not even retrace at all. Technically retraced a little bit, this wick right here, and then just continued pushing up. That was telling me, okay, we have a lot of bullish momentum here. I believe this was also a shark fin. Okay, the shark fin's down here. So it's divergence because this point is lower than this point on the RSI or TSI, and then TDI, excuse me, and then this is higher, this is lower. So there's some divergence there on the daily as well, which is a huge time frame, but it's something to think about. And again, if you're not used to trading time frames like that, higher time frames, it's going to be hard to identify trades like this, and you're going to get clapped a lot until you spend some time on the higher time frames. And to me, it's a little bit less stressful trading the higher time frames, 4-hour or 1-hour time frames for my entries and exits, just because usually the stops are a little bit bigger, or they're just at major confluence areas. So, and you can usually get higher risk to reward too. So this one was only like a 1 to 2.22. So it's really not even crazy, not even 1 to 2.5. But most of the trades, the majority I would say of 4-hour or 1-hour trades I take are like 1 to 3, 1 to 4s plus. I've even had a few like 1 to 5s and such, but usually pretty good risk to reward. While if I'm trading on the 5 or 15 minute time frame, supply and demand, then like once it hits 1 to 1, I usually put stops in profit or I break even, and then either break even will get hit or it'll move to 1 to 2, stuff like that. You can still get really good trades on the lower time frames, but this week, the usual pairs I trade on just weren't hitting on anything, so I decided to branch out a little bit, and I caught this win. So this is my only single trade I took this week. 1 trade, 1 win, no losses, no break evens, anything like that. So very happy with the week. Would love to know how your guys' trading week went. Also, Let me know if you guys have gotten any payouts from prop firms. I'm just curious, since that was the first portion of this video, was getting that payout from my first ever prop firm payout. And again, my goal, if you guys didn't see my other video, maybe 2-3 videos ago, that I posted about like my goals that I plan to do with prop firms and trading. And obviously my goal is to be getting payouts and then reinvesting payouts into more accounts and then stacking capital, scaling. So right now I'm still 100K funded. I still have my 50K challenge with the funded trader. I didn't even trade that this week, but I'll continue trading it next week. It's not looking too hot, but we have some room to play with still. So keep looking at these videos to stay up to date with how my trading's going. Really appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.